Now, there are similarities between the modern Western model of nation states and democracies and how they structure a government, and how Islam structures the government. In Islam, it's called the Khilafah system. That's the political system in Islam. Now, a government can be summarized into having three main branches. This is the same in the Western model and in the Islamic model, in a sense, but with a significant difference. In the Western model, in both models, first of all, there is a legislative authority. That sits at the top. This is supreme. This is the highest level of authority in any government. This is the law. This is the lawgiver, the legislator, the one who decides what is lawful, what is unlawful, what is built into stone decisively as the law that we will govern the entire country by. And that feeds down into two other branches of government: the judiciary and the executive. So the executive authority is the one which will say, okay, well, that is the law handed down to me by the legislature, and I will now enforce it. I will lay down policies. I will decide how we're going to implement it within the limits set by that law, and I'm accountable to that law. If I break that law, I can be, overturned. As we saw with Boris Johnson when he tried to do all sorts of shenanigans with Brexit, and they kept going to the Supreme Court and shutting him down, and they said, no, you broke the law. So just because you're Prime Minister, you can't do whatever you want. So the Prime Minister is that executive in America with the President. The third branch is the judiciary, which is the courts. So they are there to resolve disputes. When people disagree about how the law should apply, or they've fallen into dispute among themselves, then the courts will get involved. They will interpret the law that was handed down to them, and they will interpret according to that law. What does the law say about your dispute? Who's right, who's wrong, according to the law. Not according to my opinion or your opinion. Again, within the limits. If it's a crime, there's punishment, then even the sentences, they're restricted by the law. It can't go outside of that. Otherwise, you're going to get appealed and overturned. So that law is the highest authority of all, and that's the most important one.